Hello, and welcome to my lecture on defeating the ums, uhs, and so's, subtitled, How to Avoid Driving Your Audience Crazy. I had a friend who was really knowledgeable, and we used to present together for a while because every other word out of his mouth seemed to be or He had a lot of information to convey, but he couldn't speak without saying and as a result, he was a poor presenter. Now, we have post-production to rely on, so we can edit out a lot of ums, uhs, and so's in the Camtasia video editor. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't try to defeat them during your presentation. Who knows, you're going to present live, and you could save yourself a lot of time in post-production if you don't insert them in the first place. So the big question is, why do we say and so during presentations and not while talking with a friend? Two reasons: anxiety and fear of silence. Now, first, let's talk about beating anxiety. To beat anxiety, you need to be prepared. You need to know what you're doing, and you need to feel confident that you're not going to get any surprises during the presentation. That means having your PowerPoint slides together, knowing your tools, and just knowing your subject. The other is to slow down. Generally, we just go too fast. We demand too much of ourselves in doing this. We can't speak at that speed and think at the same time. And then you get lost, and suddenly you're uh-ing. The other is to have fun. If you don't have fun, your students won't. So lighten up, slow down, be prepared, and be fearless. Don't let anything get in your way of recording. You're going to do it, and you're going to overcome the uhs. Now, as far as the silence, I encourage you to embrace the silence. Let it slip in and envelop you. Try putting some silence into a course at an appropriate time and see if you can live with it without saying And finally, there's post-production. A lot of blemishes, ums and uhs, can be removed in post-production, but I warn you, don't lean too heavily on post-production, or you'll spend a lot of time there that could be spent recording, and you may end up with a choppy product. In the end, I think the thing that you've got to do with ums and uhs is recognize when they happen, stop, go back and repeat without the and snap a rubber band on your wrist, whatever it takes to remind you, oh, I just ummed and uh'd again. Become very conscious of it. If you think about it, you go from being unconsciously incompetent, right? I don't really realize that I'm doing it wrong. Then you go, oh, I'm doing the ums and the uhs. Now you're consciously incompetent. The next step is to be consciously competent. You've got to focus on the ums and the uhs. Be aware it's a problem and fix it. And then you can return to unconscious competence. That's when you don't have to think about it and things just happen naturally. That's what you got to do with the ums and the uhs. Now, coming up in the next lecture is enunciating, articulating, emoting, inflecting, and even laughing. I'll see you there.